Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, and another day of MOR Esports. My name is Jack, I'm your commentator, and we are here this morning, this afternoon, for the 12 p.m. social race. This is the Italian Grand Prix. We have got, I believe, 18 drivers taking to the track in the hunt for pole position. Of course, it is a one-shot qualifying, followed by a 35% race or a 19-lap race. We've got some big names here. We've got some very good drivers. And ultimately, it should be a pretty damn good one. We've got Lunar Eclipse in the chat. We've got Brody in the chat. We've got Murad as well. Brody saying, JP, give me good comms this time. Last social race was not exactly the best. Is that, what do you mean? The commentary or the standards of the social race, shall we say? As MGA looks to be the quickest through the first sector. Let's go on board with the Alpine driver. No, it's Jamero in the Aston Martin that seems to be setting the early pace. The Aston Martin driver. We now go through the first of the two Lesmos. We'll go on board with the Alpine and see what sort of time they are pulling. What about the Aston Martin? Just seems a little bit quicker through the middle part of the lap. It was MGA Joe that was setting the early pace into the Ascari chicane. We now come. CB also in the fight. We've got Mr. Shiesty in the fight. We've had 3 retirees already. You can only assume that was for invalidations, as MGA Neger is going to take it at the final bit, it would seem, as we come towards the line now, and it is the Mercedes driver with a 1 minute 20.1 that takes pole position. Jamero in second with CB in third place. Mr. Shiesty fourth and Decker's fifth. Prancing Horses sixth with Brocker in seventh. Gamer is in eighth with Supersonic Jr. in ninth. Foliated Dam we await across the line, who is in the pit wall, it would seem. And that is your qualifying done then, ladies and gentlemen. One-shot qualifying, it always throws up surprises. And there is your starting grid. Mercedes from Aston, McLaren from Aston, Audi from VCarb, from Red Bull, from Williams, from Mercedes is your top 10. And then we had Ben Dearman, Foliated Dam, YT Little, Gunpowder, MGA Joe, Enough, Executioner, and V1 Aviation, all retiring from qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, this should be a pretty good race. Monza always gives us some good overtaking zones. The Italian Grand Prix is up next. Welcome back to the action then, ladies and gentlemen. And we're on the formation lap here in Monza. Strategy-wise, there is no split whatsoever. It is mediums for absolutely every single driver from first down to 18th. And we've got the Mercedes of MGA Niche on pole. It is Jamero in second with CB in third. V1 Aviation and MGA Joa getting disqualified from the formation lap. Same with Ben Dearman and Foliated Dam. So already we're having a few drivers have moments on the formation lap. Lunar Eclipse saying keep an eye on Jamero. We will keep an eye on the Aston man starting in second place on the front row. It's quite a long way down to turn 1, so plenty of time to duck into the slipstream. Luna's saying he may be different, but he got himself a rep in the past. Okay, well, we'll see what the Aston Martin can produce for a CB, who quite typically says he's not great at qualifying and doesn't enjoy qualifying. Starting third, well, if he doesn't enjoy qualifying and he's just put it P3 on the grid, could CB be a threat in the hunt for the race win? We've got Mr. Shiesty in 4th with Deckers in 5th. I'll be interested to see what the likes of MGA Joa, Foliated Dam and Ben Dearman can do after having their laps invalidated in qualifying as well. As we get ourselves lined up on the grid then, Executioner same, just coming through the Parabolica. And we get ourselves lined up on the grid for the first race on this beautiful Thursday. And all that's left to do is wait for the lights. The engines roar to life then in the Temple of Speed. 5 red lights and we can go racing for the Italian Grand Prix. MGA Nij does get away well from pole position. Look at CB trying to challenge Jaimero into turn 1. The ghosting's going to make this all a bit chaotic as that's one of the Aston Martins going off. And I think we've got an Audi round. We've got, as you can see, someone going through the runoff. Ben Dearman has been sent round. I believe it was Deckers that had a bit of contact with Brocker, and that's why they're towards the back. It's still MGA Nij, as that is a big crash into the wall there for the Cadillac driver of YT Little. Almost recreating Pierre Gasly in, I believe, 2021. As we have got a virtual safety car deployed in this race. V1 Aviation picks up a 10-second time penalty for a severe collision with the Audi behind him. I can't see any damage to either of the cars. That was a big crash for the Cadillac driver. Straight on into the barriers. As MGA Nij is your leader then. There's been no change through our top 3. Prancing Horse running in 4th. MGA Joa already up 10 places, as is V1 Aviation. But V1 Aviation up 10 places with a 10-second penalty. An 8th is up 7 places. We've got Foliated Dam up 5. But the people that have gained massively have only gained because some people have lost a lot. Andir, oh my god, that voice crack was bad. Andir down 7. Ben Dearman down 5. It's Deckers down 9. Brocker down 6 is challenging away into turn 1. We've got Gamer and Foliated Dam. Look at the Ferrari trying to join the fight, and through goes an 8th. At turn 1 is V1 Aviation that's got all out of shape. Brocker cuts the corner as well. So it's MGA Nij that is your leader then. Jaimero in 2nd place. We've got CB in 3rd with Prancing Horse running in 4th. MGA's 5th. MGA Joa is in 5th, as that was some damage that was coming off of some car somewhere. I can't see where that is. We will provide you that information when we get it. Not sure if it was from MGA Joa. Doesn't look like it, as he is already going up into 4th place. Through the Ascari chicane we go. Manages to get his way through on a Prancing Horse. We've got a yellow flag. I believe that was for Ben Dearman or for Gamer. And it does look like it was Gamer, because Gamer has got a lot of damage to that front wing as Jaimero takes the lead down at the Parabolica. That's not a usual overtaking spot, and MGA Nij is going to take the lead back again. Jaimero now running out of battery, and look at CB flying through as well. MGA Joa trying to get involved in the fight. Down to turn 1 we go. It's MGA Nij that is your leader. CB in 2nd place. Jaimero now running in 3rd. Used all the battery to get the lead out of the Parabolica. But ultimately, you need that battery pack down the main straight. As look at CB coming towards the inside of MGA Niche into the second chicane. And CB does take the lead of the race. I did wonder if he can do that well in qualifying. How well can he do in the race as MGA Joa and MGA Niche are now fighting away? No, that's MGA Joa and Jamero. And it is MGA Joa that gets into third. So the two MGA guys, I'm assuming they're part of the same team or something. And they're currently running second and third. And CB will be under a lot of pressure. High Fight in the chat. Welcome in, High Fight. Good to see you. Good afternoon. As MGA Niche is looking to take the lead again into the Parabolica. CB does not have much battery and isn't really able to fight this. We'll go on board with the McLaren driver. But look at MGA Joa looking to make this a 1-2 for the MGA boys. And that is exactly what he is going to do as CB has ran out of battery. MGA Joa defending that inside line, lifting and coasting into turn one. It's MGA Niche from MGA Joa. We've got James in the chat as well. Welcome in, James. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Foliated Dam picks up a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We're on lap 4 of 19. Hi-Fi, I will drop you a follow. Don't worry. There you go, my friend. Congratulations on the milestone. Always got to look out for each other. No worries, mate. No worries at all. MGA Niche is still your leader then. MGA Joa in second place. CB running in third. Jamero running in fourth. This is your lead fight. Further down the pack, we've got Prancing Horse battling away with an eighth. You can see that fight. Prancing Horse struggling a little bit. He's got Deckers 2 seconds behind him as the Ferraris swap places going into the Ascari chicane. The Tifosi will not be happy with this result. Currently 14th and 15th are the two Ferraris. As Execution the same and Ben Dearman get through on Andir. Ben Dearman currently in 9th. We would definitely expect a lot more from him. Biggest gainer in the opening 5 laps. MGA Joa up 13 places. And it might even be 14 because he is challenging the Mercedes driver. Isn't able to get through. The two MGA guys are starting to pull a little bit of a gap on CB. And that is going to put some pressure on Jamero. As Joa into the second Lesmo. That is not really a conventional overtaking place. But he's made it work and does get the lead. The only issue for him is that MGA Niche is going to use a bit of that battery and try and fight this back again towards the Ascari chicane. He's not able to do it. MGA Joa is your lead here in Monza. MGA Niche in second place is gaining towards the Parabolica. CB has just got himself into the overtake boost once more. We've got Jamero in fourth place as my dog is going crazy as someone puts a letter through the front door. On the co-commentary as always. CB is gaining then towards the Mercedes. Jamero in fourth place. An eighth in fifth with Prancing Horse in sixth place. Execution the same running seventh, but make that sixth as he flies through on the V-carb, as does Ben Dearman, as does Deckers. It looks like we're going to be 3 abreast into turn 1 here. That is exactly what we're going to get. It's going to get very close between Execution the same, Deckers and Ben Dearman. And there is contact between the Audi and the McLaren. Prancing Horse flies through, but now look at Andir on the inside of the Curva Grande. We've got Deckers in 9th place looking to try and challenge away as well. But it's Ben Dearman that runs in 6th, Andir in 7th, Prancing Horse is 8th with Deckers in 9th. Execution the same in 10th place. And it all came to blows down at turn 1 as Andir runs very wide and Prancing Horse down the inside at the second Lesmo is not able to make the move and has now run out of battery. So here comes Deckers and is going to easily fly through, as is Execution the same as well. No, Execution the same decides to sit behind the V-Carb for the time being as Prancing Horse picks up a 3-second time penalty. We've got F1 GP Crazy in the chat as well. Welcome in, guys. As Execution the same does use that battery then into the Parabolica. And the McLaren driver gets through into 8th as that going very wide there was Prancing Horse through the Parabolica and has completely ran out of battery. And that will be no time gained at all for the V-Carb. We'll be losing a lot of time to the cars ahead. You can see 2.4 seconds is the gap now. And Mr. Shiesty will start putting some pressure on the V-Carb man out in front. It is still your usual 4-way fight. MGA Joa and MGA Nij still fighting away. CB in 3rd, Jamero in 4th. All these 4 drivers covered by about half a second to a second, depending on what time you look at them. Absolutely anyone able to win this race. We've got a yellow flag, and that is for Gunpowder Wood, who has had a moment, I believe, coming through the Curva Grande. That is the Curva Grande that the Ferrari has been off the road somewhere, has avoided getting any damage as Execution the same gets through on Deckers. Into the Parabolica we go then. And we begin lap 8 of 19. MGA Joa from MGA Nij. And it's the Mercedes that will call the shots first and come into the pit lane. What tyres will be going on to the car? It will be hard compound tyres going on to the Mercedes-Benz. So that leaves us with 3 out in front to fight. MGA Joa, CB and Jamero. Looks like MGA Joa is going to be into the pits on this lap. The best way always to tell when a driver is coming into the pit lane, if you look on the left-hand side of what gear they're in, there's a little blue spanner and screwdriver, and that will let you know that they have got a pit stop currently scheduled for this lap. Whether they come in and take it, it's completely up to them. But we somewhat now know what MGA's strategy is. CB and Jamero. We haven't got that particular indicator yet. F1 GP saying, does this league have highlights? We do post highlights to TikTok. They're not like a, let's say, a bunch of clips put into one video. They're just sort of individual highlights. We don't have, like, let's say, a race highlights package sort of thing, like a real F1 race would. As MGA Joa and CB both come into the pit lane then. Jamero stays out and takes the lead of the race. Where will MGA Nij come out? He's just coming through the Parabolica. FWGP, I will read your message. As a safety car is deployed in this race. I think that's the safety car anyway. I can see the yellow indicator in the pit lane. I'm just trying to tell if there has been a safety car deployed. I can't 100% see. I'm pretty sure it has. Gunpowder Wood is out of the race. And the safety car has been deployed then. And how much is that going to gain Jamero? He may emerge from the lead here. Luna saying, yeah, JP, I'm racing in W1 later. Congratulations, Luna. I hope that goes well for you. Do let us know how you get on. Luna saying, you should do like an edit at the end of each season of all the best highlights. To be fair, that would be very, very cool. But it would be very, very long trying to remember all the best highlights from all the races. I wouldn't be adverse to it. It would just be a bit annoying for the person that was trying to do it, shall we say. Because that is not going to be fun. Jamero does come into the pit lane then. I do think MGA Nij is still going to come out in the lead of this race. As the Aston gets to the end of the pit lane. It is going to be close, but it is MGA Niche that will retake the lead. Joa will come out in second place. So Jamero does get up into second because he stayed out. Rocker picks up a 3-second time penalty. Executioner same now comes into the pit lane as well. And it looks like everyone will be on the hard compound tyres besides Gamer, as Jamero overtakes MGA Niche. We will all catch up to the back of the safety car train. We're on lap 10 of lap 19 here in Monza. You can see they have all made one stop besides Executioner same, who has made 2. And Nathan Ben Dearman having a bit of a scrap, as Ben Dearman has got some damage on the front wing. And I wonder if that's maybe been compounding his progress. We know that Ben is a very quick driver. I'm very surprised he didn't fix that in the pit lane under the safety car. Most certainly had the opportunity to. As Deckers is the latest to pick up a 3-second time penalty. We'll have a look quickly at the penalties situation. It's 3 seconds for Ben, Andir, Shiesty, Deckers, and Prancing Horse. And Supersonic Jr. It's then 19 seconds for Foliated Dam, 23 seconds for V1 Aviation, and it's a drive-through penalty for Brocker. JR Goalkeeping saying, JP, how do I make a ticket for crashes in the league? There is a channel in the Discord called Open a Ticket or something like that. It's something ticket. And you'll be able to open the ticket in there and then, you know, send a POV of your crash. If you can't find it in the server, I would say just ping someone like Blake, Ollie, or Mikey and ask them where to actually find it. I'm not 100% sure what the channel is actually called. MGA Niche is your leader then. Jamero in second place with MGA Joa in third. CB runs fourth with an 8th in fifth. We're under the safety car after Gunpowder Wood crashed out of the Italian Grand Prix. It's MGA Niche that is your leader then. Safety car is in this lap. And we will get back to racing here in Monza. We will move on to lap 12 of 19. The question is, when does the Mercedes driver decide to get us underway with this race? Brocker picks up a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Foliated Dam. MGA Niche weaving away, now gets this race underway once more. And it's not the best start for Jamero. Look at MGA Joa. I do wonder if these two might be in a call together, helping each other. So MGA Niche will have told the Alpine when he's going. Jamero manages to hold second place, as that is an Aston going for a big dive bomb there as the cars glitch around in the turn 1, turn 2 complex. Is Prancing Horse that runs in 6th with an 8th. In 7th place, Mr. Shiesty in 8th, all over the back of the Audi, as Jamero does take the lead, or tries to take the lead from MGA Niche, gets the switch back as the Mercedes goes into the gravel. MGA Joa now takes second place as well. but it's Jamero that is the leader of the Italian Grand Prix. MGA Joa now running in second place and is using a bit of battery trying to get to the rear end of the Aston Martin. MGA Niche in third place with plenty more battery than the two ahead. CB still involved in that fight as well, as MGA Joa does try to take the lead of this race. We've got a yellow flag, and that is for Shiesty, who's had a moment through the Ascari chicane, as you can see. This is our battle for the lead then. MGA Joa versus Jamero. And Jamero is going to run out of battery here, so Joa's going to gain away. MGA Niche is going to join the fight as well. CB is going to grow a little bit closer. As towards turn one we go, Jamero late on the brakes. Shiesty has crashed at the Parabolica. Jamero giving it everything to stay in the lead of this Grand Prix, but he's going to run out of battery again, as that's very close to contact and nearly cars in the barriers at the Curva Grande. MGA Niche trying to make the move on Jamero, as there's even more contact between them, and the Mercedes does get through into second place. Now look at the McLaren of CB, who's trying to get through and did just about in this fight. Then it's about 3 seconds back to an eighth. So we've got a 5-way fight for the lead here in Monza. It's MGA Joa that is your leader. MGA Niche in second. Executioner Same gets through on Deckers and up into 7th place. And this race now begins to evolve as Niche takes the lead from Joa. Into the Parabolica we go. About equal battery. It'll be Joa with the overtake booster. Niche running a little bit wide through the Parabolica, but using a bit more overtake boost is really draining that battery. Look at CB getting involved in the fight as well. And it trying to get involved with the Aston Martin of Jamero. CB isn't able to take second place. There's contact between the McLaren and the Alpine. And that's going to put the Alpine in ghost mode now towards the Curva Grande. And MGA going to use a little bit more battery to keep themselves ahead of the McLaren driver. Executioner Same and Deckers still doing battle. Executioner Same cutting across the chicane and gets to position in eighth, trying to overtake his teammate. As through the second Lesmo we go. And eighth is gaining on his teammate. Deckers not using any battery at all. And an eighth flying through into 7th place. Executioner Same still at the lead of this train in 6th. As MGA Niche has pulled a 1.1 second gap to MGA Joa. Joa just about staying in the overtake boost somehow. We've got CB gaining on Jamero, but CB going to run out of battery. And will that put him under pressure from the Mercedes in behind? It doesn't look like it. CB lifting and coasting very, very early to save some battery. We've got yellow flags flying. That's for foliated damp that has come into the pit lane and retired manually from the session. Luna saying, what's up with the Merc dominance again? It's infecting the socials as well. It's not even just the socials. It's every race we have, really. As Deckers has gone round at the Curva Grande. I can't see any damage anywhere for the Audi driver. As Supersonic gets through and into 10th place. It's MGA Niche that is leading this race. Jamero looking to the outside of the Parabolica. There's contact, and that is going to put the Aston wide and into the barriers. And Jamero, who has been fighting away for the victory all race long, now going to come into the pit lane and is, of course, what else would you do? You'd manually retire. MGA Joa is your leader. MGA Nij in second place. CB in third with Andir in fourth place. It's the two MGA boys out in front. Alpine from Mercedes. McLaren from Mercedes. Andir with a pretty poor chicane, so falls off the back. Yellow flag still flying as Jamero's car emerges from the pit lane towards turn 1. Nij and Joa are also pulling away from CB. Jamero saying, GG, your comms are goated. Thank you very much, Jamero. I do appreciate that. As two MGA boys fight away again, Brocker gets disqualified for too many penalties. We can't see how many penalties it was. V1 Aviation must be close to that as well with 29 seconds. MGA Nij is your leader. Switching out from the slipstream is MGA Joa. These two fighting away very hard, and this is going to bring CB back into the fight as well. Nij burning the battery through the Curva Grande. The Mercedes driver trying to get on the rear end and get ahead of the Alpine into the second chicane. The Alpine running very, very deep. And that is not going to allow the Mercedes driver to make a move. What a brilliant scrap we are having out front here. MGA Joa versus MGA Nij. You can see why they're in the same team. They're evidently closely matched on pace. And this is a brilliant fight that they are giving us at the moment. Joa versus Nij in the battle for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. CB using a bit of battery to try and bring himself into the overtake boost once more. As they both fight away, Nij takes the lead into the Parabolica. Little bit of contact between them. That's going to put the Mercedes out of line. Andir is falling off of the McLaren as well. MGA Joa and Nij still fighting away into turn 1. Alpine versus Mercedes. Little bit of contact between them. That puts the Mercedes in ghost mode. And the Alpine goes straight through into the lead of this race. Let's get some predictions going in the chat, shall we? Who do we think is going to win this race? Is it going to be Joa? Is it going to be Nij? Will they come together? And will it be CB? Luna thinks it's going to be Joa. Currently, at this moment, it is Joa. Nij is in very close proximity, though, as we go towards the Parabolica for the penultimate time. And we edge closer to the beginning of the final lap. And this is it then, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the best opportunity for MGA Nij to try and get through. Is burning the battery. MGA Joa is not burning the battery as V1 Aviation does get disqualified. Here goes Nij towards the outside line. MGA Joa sticking it deep on the brakes. There is contact between them. The Alpine nearly forced wide. Look at CB in the background as well. Trying to get involved, ready to pick up the pieces if things go wrong. It's Joa that is your leader. And with more battery as well. As the Mercedes runs wide. And towards the first Lesmo we go then. Nij is not close enough to Joa. Joa with more battery as well. And it does look like it's going to go the way of the Alpine at the moment. Towards the Ascari chicane we go for one final time. It's Joa from Nij from CB. Ben Dearman picks up a 3-second penalty. As MGA Joa does get the power down then. And the Alpine driver towards the Parabolica for one final time. MGA Joa has done more than enough to win this race today. It was a brilliant fight with MGA Nige. And MGA Joa wins the Italian Grand Prix. MGA Nige in second place with CB in third. Andir fourth with Executioner Same in fifth place. Ben Dearman is sixth with an eighth in seventh place. Prancing Horse will come home in eighth with Deckers in ninth. Supersonic in 10th, and it will be Gamer in 11th place. MGA Joa. What a battle it was between the two MGA boys. CB and Andir involved in that fight as well. Jamero until he manually retired. A great scrap out front. And ultimately, a brilliant viewing experience for us. MGA Joa wins the Italian Grand Prix. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in with me today to the 12 p.m. social race here in MOR Esports. My name's been Jack. I've been your commentator. I'll be back with you in about an hour and 20 minutes for the 2 p.m. social race. So hopefully I'll see you there. Whenever I see you, I hope to see you well. Until then, take care and ta-da.